Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna show you a brief introduction of what is WebRTC and later a simple project demonstration about implementing WebRTC in a simple text messaging app between two browsers. So to start with, WebRTC stands for Web Real-Time Communication, which is a technology that is used when there is a need of constant data flow in real time, such as in video calling, audio calling, or any streaming platforms. In that cases, WebRTC is very much useful. And to learn about WebRTC, we must get familiar with this term called peer-to-peer path or peer-to-peer connection. So, what does this fascinating word called peer-to-peer actually mean? So, to understand this concept, let's dive into the traditional client-server communication. So in this client server communication, what happens is there is client at one side and the server at another side. So what client does is it sends the request to the server, and based on this request the server responds back to the client. So client is bound to send request to the server and server is bound to respond is back to the client. So these two roles are fixed in this kind of communication, but in peer-to-peer communication it's different. So this is what we call a peer-to-peer connection looks like. So in this connection there is also a server, but it is called a stern server, so which is not like the server we just discussed earlier. So in this one, let's say this is client A, and this client asks the stern server about what my IP is, and stern server responds it back to the public IP of this client. So this is 5.5.5 on port 8000. This is what we call the public IP of client A. So similarly, client B on the other hand asks the stern server the same thing, tell me my IP, and stern server responds it back to the public IP of this B, not the private IP, but this is the public IP. So this is I've taken these two IP for just for the example, and these two IP are the public IPs of A and B respectively. So since both client knew their public IP through stern server, what client A does is it says hey B, so this is the public IP of B, so hey B, let's build a connection. And in response, if B accepts the offer of A, that is here sure 5.5.5 on port 8000, so this meant that B accepted the offer, and after this completion of this connection, this is whole is known as peer-to-peer connection. So this is what we call peer-to-peer connection. So once this connection is established, there can be the continuous data flow among A and B without any interruption as long as connection persists. So this is all about peer-to-peer connection, and there are multiple other kind of terms and concepts like stone, NAT, and turn. So these are all important concepts in WebRTC. You can explore them on your own. Here is just a brief introduction. So this much for this intro part. Let's start the project demonstration. So let me run my server first. Now the app is locally hosted on port 8000. So let me go to my browsers, and as you can see, both apps are running on port 8000. So first create peer-to-peer connection between these two browsers. So first browser is my this Brave browser, and second browser is this Chrome browser. So we're gonna start a peer-to-peer connection. So as you can see, this first browser created an offer, so I'm going to copy and paste it to the second browser, and as I connect it this created another offer for first browser, so I'm going to copy and paste it to this section of this browser. And as you can see, the peer-to-peer connection has been fully established between these two browsers. And as you can see here, text, you can now send messages, and this message text area has appeared, so that means we can share the data in real time. Let's give it a try. Hi, I'm Pratik, nice to meet you. So this first browser sent the message and second one received it, as you can see. So I'm gonna send it from second browser as well. Nice to meet you too, Pratik. So see, the second one sent it this time and the first one received it. So this is the basic WebRTC implementation, and you can check it out on my GitHub. I'll provide the link on my description. So thank you for watching.